What's good, YouTube? It's the boy Ziggy. I'm coming back at y'all with another juicy vid. Now, just to kick it off, I'm not trying to bash Christianity with this video, but this video does twist some things. But I hope y'all keep an open mind, stay with me, and I'm not debunking the Bible either, because Bible has a lot of truth, but there's just a lot of things that are very twisted. Like this video honestly is more about government. It's more about government than it is religion. And I want y'all to keep that in mind as I'm going through this video, that this video is more about government than it is religion. But yeah, like I said, I'm not debunking the Bible, because the Bible has a lot of truth, and but it definitely does have some flaws in it. And I'm not saying and I'm gonna prove that they have debunked. They made mythology into mythology. They turned real beliefs and real events that happened, and they turned that into mythology. And I'm gonna show that with some stories and some facts. But I'm not saying that that mythology is completely 100% either. But I'm just saying that a lot of these stories and a lot of these guides and these stories were real. But I'm gonna start this off talking about King James, and then I'm gonna get into how women ruled the world, because women did. Women were the first people here, and I'm gonna prove it too. So make sure y'all watch this full vid. But anyways, let's set it off with King James, who is mainly known for translating the Bible, right? But a lot of people don't know he wrote books on demonology. You can look all this up. And a lot of this demonology is used in Hollywood today. And the Bible claims that man was here first, but actually women were on earth first. And I'm going to prove it to you in this clip.
Settled some questions about the Y chromosome's origins.
It was thought for a long time that the human Y chromosome stems from an ancestral set of autosomes, and that the sex chromosome origination event, which led to the differentiation of the Y chromosome, occurred in the ancestor common to all mammals.
So y'all heard him, right? Y'all heard him say basically that the Y chromosome evolved in all mammals. He said the Y chromosome evolved from all mammals. And humans are mammals, which means men evolved from females, because the Y chromosome is found in men. Not, females have the two X chromosomes, men have an XY. So, and I know this probably raises a question with y'all, like, how would females be the only people on Earth? Well, females the ancient females, they had sperm in their bone marrow. And the sperm would go through their spine, and it goes straight to their ovaries. And this would be called parthenogenesis. And the two words in that would be partheno meaning virgin in Greek, and genesis stands for creation. So and the crazy thing about this is parthenogenesis is found in amphibians and reptiles. And this is significant because humans actually have a small amount of amphibian and reptile DNA. Y'all can look this up. I can't make this up. And this all stems back to what I was saying about mythology and how women used to rule the world, because Athena, Greek goddess, actually reproduced asexually. So how much are those Greek stories actually a myth? Just raises a lot of questions for me. And another mythological person, they say she's a fictional character, an ancient fictional character. Her name was Queen Califia. And Queen Califia ruled the kingdom in California. Hence the name, Califia, California. And they said she was from the Amazon. And the word Amazon, you can look this up. The word Amazon originated from a legendary race of female warriors. And this was believed by the Greeks. But the big thing about Queen Califia is she fought against Christianity, so they say, and that was because that was not her belief. So she fought against Christianity, and they said that she was a pagan, which is another thing that Christianity put a bad name on, is paganism, when paganism is nothing but nature. Paganism believes that we are all one with nature. That's basically what paganism is. And this paganism belief was unfamiliar by the Christians, and so they deemed it as witchcraft and witchcraft, you know what I mean, Satanism and stuff like that. So King James deemed that all bad when he was the one making books on demonology. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not bashing Christianity because this is more about government. Because King James only wanted people believing in one book and one government, and which would eventually lead us to a one world government, which we're about to see today. That's what, because notice how, man, this lockdown and stuff, the whole world's going on lockdown. The whole world's in sync. All these governments are in sync together. One world government. You see how that leads together? And going back to saying how this is more about government than Christianity is because these Freemasons actually own most of these churches. Freemasonic people actually own most of these churches and police stations and corporate buildings. And that's why these priests are raping these little boys and doing rituals with them, because they're Freemasons. Y'all gotta start peeping this. But anyways, let's get back to Queen Califia and her tribe that they say was fictional. But I don't get how it can be fictional when America has a state named after her. The Spanish have written books about her. There are cave drawings of her, and there's a playground made after her. And there's something about this playground too, because this playground, there's a statue of her that sits 11 feet tall. And then there were bones ancient bones found in California, and they were giant bones. Y'all can look this up. Like I'm not playing, bro. Like this shit's real. And then there were giant bones in California. And if that's not enough for you, in the country of Chad of Africa, they found extremely large weapons, and they said the people that wielded these weapons had to at least be 10 feet or taller. So, is she still fictional? And on top of all that, archaeologists have actually proven that the first Americans were actually black. So how much of the Queen Califia story is actually fictional? Because it kind of sounds accurate to me. But we all have our own beliefs, but that's mine. But let's go back to females, how females were the first rulers. Just look at all these ancient rulers in Japan. They were all females. And there's a long list of rulers that in other countries as well. And King James flipped the script for men to seem more important and more powerful, more like put them in more of a leadership role. And now for women, their only great influencer is Cardi B. It's crazy. It's crazy how men flip the script. And it's crazy because men weren't originally put on earth to rule. They were put on here to provide and protect for the females. And plus, it wouldn't make sense if man was here first, because man cannot give birth. A man cannot give birth. So how would it make sense if a man is here first if we cannot give birth, but a female can? A female can give birth, but a male can't. But how was a male here first? Why would the Most High create something that can't even reproduce? You know what I mean? Think about it. But let's go to Egypt too. Let's go over to Egypt, because they had a lot of female rulers. But when ancient Kemet failed in the Vatican took some of Kemet's royal people, and these were known as saints. These were the first saints. These were the melanated saints. And they played a big role in the Vatican, and they gave the Vatican kinetic information. And after this happened, this dethroned women from their thrones. This dethroned the queens. So there were no more female rulers after that. In most countries, not in all countries, but for the most part, especially on the Western Hemisphere. How many female rulers y'all see nowadays? What? We got Queen Elizabeth, the only female ruler that come to mind. That's the only female ruler that come to mind. But yeah, so the Egyptians gave them information, and like I said, this ain't nothing against bashing Catholics or Christians. This is more about government. I hope y'all are seeing that this is more about government than it is religion. But yeah, I'm just giving y'all the real info on ancient civilization. There's still a lot of truth in the Bible. Don't get me wrong. I believe I read the Bible. I make sure I read like 5 chapters of the Bible every night. Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of truth in the Bible. But most of the real truth in the Bible has been overlooked because most of the Bible is actually astrology. And I'm going to be breaking that down in a different video very shortly. Probably have it out sometime next week. But overall, the message now is that we all need to come together as one. Because they're trying to divide us by race, religion, culture, money. But now the time is for everybody to come together. Because it don't matter if you black, white, Mexican, Indian, Asian, male, female. We should have one common goal, and that's to unite. We need to come together, raise the frequency on the planet so we can ascend. And I'm going to be breaking the video down on like our ascension soon because, man, this government got me fucked up. Just realize we in spiritual warfare. Realize everything we've been taught is a lie. Make sure y'all take care of yourself, raise the vibration. And with nothing further, man, I'm going to get at y'all in the next one.